I just gotta say, God is so awesome. He's always, seems like every now and then, I realize how much He's answered my prayers that I've asked years ago. And He's put helped me get through so many things. He's saved my life and my children's lives without me even knowing it till later on. And I give all the glory to Him. He saved my life, and I'm glad He never let me go. I'm glad He was always watching over me. You know, my kids are 21, 19, and 17. And I've been on them a lot lately for, leaving, being out late, staying the night at their friends. But you know what? I realized yesterday I was at home. It was Wednesday night, and all my kids were out going to a truck meet, and um, and then my two youngest, they're 8 and 10. The bus picked them up to go to church, and I was just at home by myself cleaning. And I just sat there on the couch, and I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm not gonna do anything else. And I was looking in my Bible, but I sat there and I started crying because I felt alone. And I started thinking, man, my my boys, 21, 20, 21, 19, and 18, 17, they're getting older. One day they're gonna have their own life and they're gonna be gone. And I'm gonna be alone just thinking, are they gonna come home for dinner tonight? And they probably won't. But that's what God planned for us, to leave our mother and father. And then I started thinking, it was getting late and dark, wondering when my other two younger ones were going to come home. And then it hit me. You know, my younger two, I have my older three boys, and I'm sick, so my throat, I can barely talk. But when I had my older three boys, I was trying for a girl the second and third time, but I had all boys. And after the third boy, I said, God, it's okay. I said, it's okay. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm so happy with my three boys. It's okay that I did not have a girl. So my last boy was born in 2008. And then I was surprisingly, I wasn't trying or anything, but I ended up getting pregnant 8 years later. And that day, I wanted it to be a gender reveal. So the nurse gave me my what the baby was in an envelope, and I hurried up and rushed, and we took it to my friend who hid the gender of the baby so good for so long until we had the party. And I was so content with having my three boys that 8 years later, God blessed me with a little girl. And then 2 years later, I had another little boy. But back to the story of being at home thinking my older boys are gone all the time and I don't get to see them. Then my other two being at church, I was just wondering when they were getting home, because they're usually home by then, but they got home a lot later, and I thought, oh, wow. God knew that as the kids got older, that I would be missing them so much and so alone, that He planned for me to have my two younger kids, because they still need me. They will still need me for 10 more years. And then maybe by then, I hope not, not unless my kids are happy and successful, maybe I'll have grandkids and my life will be so busy that I won't even feel alone. But that is just the beauty of God. He knows our future before we even know it. Like, I was at home alone, missing my older boys. And then I was just thinking how happy I'm going to be when my two younger ones get home from church, because they need me and I'm not alone. God's teaching me to let go of my older ones, because He gave me two more to keep myself busy with. And I'm so thankful. Our children are blessings. Yes, they can be stressful, they can be a handful, but love them. Love them. Our mouth, with what we speak, is life and death. Do not speak death. Do not speak any negativity upon your children, because the devil hears that. The devil hears it and uses it against you. If you say your kid, what are you going to be? Don't call your kids losers. Don't call them unsuccessful. Don't say, when are you going to get a job? Don't say that, because the devil will do it. The devil will cause that. You always speak praise. Anything negative, anything not nice, don't even call names, because those are sins. Our tongue speaks life and death. Do not speak death. Even if you think it's the littlest thing, get away from negativity. Because you're just going to cause your children to have negativity, to run into negativity, to be insincere. They might not think it, but when you're speaking it, it will come, because the devil hears it, and that's how the devil gets stronger, by our words. So always praise God. Speak out loud positive things for your children. Pray for your children out loud, and shrink the devil. The more, when you feel anger or words fixing to come out of your mouth, you think you're not going to let the devil get any stronger. You stop. And the more you do that, the stronger you will be. The more you will rely on God, the more positive you will be, the more you will want to pray instead of lashing out. And always thank God for your life, even in hard times, because He's teaching you to rely on Him, to be stronger and to love. That's all we are to do, is to love and worship and praise and be there for our children, because they need us.